Good morning. Today is one of those awesome home days where we are just here all day, and we just did homeschool. Yesterday we were gone a lot during the day, and so I didn't do homeschool like we normally do where I get the books out, but I did homeschool while we were like on the go. I would say, what color is that, or what shape is that, or like Cora didn't even realize we were doing school, but I just kind of incorporated it as we did our things yesterday. What are you doing? Here's Bo, my little floor baby. My little floor baby. What are you doing? What are you eating? Anyway, so we did school this morning. It was nice to be back on our routine. And the kids love the tent that I made yesterday. They wanted to sleep in it last night. I said maybe they could sleep in it this weekend, just not on a school night, because they would end up like staying up late and being tired today. I know that would happen. So, let's see. So today is Rosie's actual birthday. We already had her party last weekend, but today she's actually 6, and I can't believe it. Like, that went really, really fast. And she asked if she could have another party today because it was her actual birthday. So I said, well, maybe we'll make a cake tonight and just have like a little low-key cake and sing to her or something like that. But Rosie's birthday, her birth story, I always tell the birth stories on their birthday. So I'm going to tell Rosie's birth story. So we moved here when I was pregnant with Rosalyn. And so she was our first baby that we had living here. But we weren't living in this house. We were living at the house that we lived in while we were building this house, and it was small. Like, Lucas's parents live there now, and it's the perfect size for them. But for a family of, let's see, we had 9 people at that time, it was crammed. But we made it work. And so I was induced with Roz just a few days before her delivery, and her delivery is one of my favorites because I went in there, and of course she was right after Ben, and so Ben's birth was my scary birth where there was a prolapse cord, and I was kind of nervous going into Rosie's delivery because of Ben's birth, what had happened, even though it was a freak thing, and then also just changing doctors, changing hospitals. I was just a little nervous. And so went in there, and her birth was just everything I needed to almost like heal from Ben's birth and just all the crazy that happened with that, because her delivery was just perfect. I had an epidural. It worked perfectly. It was like the best epidural where I didn't feel pain, but I could feel that I needed to push, and I could still push and all that, but there was like no pain. It was a perfect epidural, and everything was just textbook. I mean, I was induced. I had the Pitocin. The epidural was perfect. They came in and said, let's check to see if you're 10 centimeters, and I was like, okay. And then it was time to push, and just a few pushes and she was out, and there was just no pain. It was just all joy, and she came out and she was just beautiful. She's always been like a little princess, and she was so beautiful and unique looking, and her name was Rosalyn K, but she looked just like her name. I was like, oh, she looks just like a Rosalyn. And she was a tiebreaker, and so we didn't know if she was a boy or girl. And so it was really exciting when she was born, and they said, it's a girl, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was so excited because I didn't care if the baby was a boy or a girl, but I was really excited that we were having a baby girl. And the reason we didn't find out was partly because I didn't have a nursery to decorate, because we were living in that little house and there wasn't even a room for a nursery. She just kind of stayed with us. And so I'm like, well, we have boy stuff, we have girl stuff. I can't do a nursery, so let's be surprised. And so she was a girl, and it was just such a big moment. And I'll share pictures of her like through the years in a minute. And then we went home the next morning, and that was that. So that's her birth story. It was one of my favorites for so many reasons. Partly because it was just so healing after all the scary stuff that happened with Ben. To just have a normal, beautiful birth was just like, yes, okay, we can do this. This is good. And just that it was pain-free, and it was a tiebreaker, and it was exciting to find the gender out in the delivery room, and it was just a beautiful birth. And she's just a little princess, and we just love her so much. So that's Rosie's birth story. So the other thing today, we are going to start our 30-day challenges, and I'm really excited about that because we're going to do this the rest of the year. And since February is Valentine's Day and it's our wedding anniversary month, we're going to start with the marriage. And so we're going to start with the marriage challenge. And so to keep us on track starting in February, so we're on the first day, whenever it's the first day of the month, today we're going to do the 30th on the marriage challenge. And you guys don't have to download these or print them out. I'm going to share them on stories. But if you wanted to print them out, I'll share the downloads so you guys can have those if you did want to print them out. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you just want to follow along on stories, that's fine. And the first challenge for today is to cuddle for 1 hour before you go to sleep. So that's something that we have always done, and I just love that so much. In the evening, just to lay there together and just cuddle. We watch TV, the kids come and visit with us, but we're just like cuddled up, and it's just the best thing. And I know a lot of people might do that, but that's the challenge for today. And so we'll do a different item every day, starting now through the rest of this year. And if you're not married, you don't have to do these, obviously. Just hang in there through February. Just ignore all these stories about the marriage challenge, and then jump in next month for the next one. And the next month, we're going to do Pour Into Your Children challenge. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have one for the whole year. We're gonna do like a different challenge for every month for the rest of this year. It's gonna be so fun. What are you doing? He's just hanging out by my feet. All right, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy the marriage challenge.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Oh, well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without.
Happy birthday! My 100-year-old Rosie. Are you sweeping? Are you sweeping the floor? Are you sweeping the floor? What are you doing? You my little helper? Are you gonna make that corner? What are you gonna do? Oh. Fall down. Say, uh-oh. Whoa, you're fast. Woo. You're fast. I made the kids' favorite twice baked potatoes today, and so how I do this is I put them in the oven for 350 degrees with some olive oil on them and wrap them in foil, and then I take them out, cut them in half, take all the insides out, put them in a bowl, add sour cream, butter, and some shredded cheese, put them back in the oven for about 20 minutes to just kind of let the cheese melt and just let everything kind of soak in together, and then that is it. So the whole thing takes about an hour and a half, but they are a favorite. They're hot right now, but the kids love when I make those. I'm thinking of changing out my nails because even though they've been on a week and they still look good, I've cleaned so much that they're like chipping just a little bit. So my options are that one, or that one. Decisions. I went with these. This is called Sweet as Sugar. So it was a quick little switcheroo, and these are festive for the month of February for Valentine's Day. Love Bubble Pop. I wanted to show how I use one of the forms, the downloadable forms. So these are like after school chores. I write the kids' initials over here, and then over here I just write their chore. And if the kids, like Jenna's not here this evening, she's at Bible study, so I marked her out. And then I marked Roz out because it was her birthday. And then Cora already helped me with some chores today, so she didn't have to do one. But the chores were just things like gather trash, because we have a big trash bin in our garage, and then we take it to the shop. So help Liam with trash. That's what Sam did. And then Liam did trash, and he also needed to pick up his room. Evie's going to hang up her clothes. Inga is going to move some cushions from her attic space back to this couch that she removed. And then Benny was going to pick up outside sleds, things like that. But the kids know to come in and look for their after-school chores, and it's just a good way to assign chores and just keep a nice little system.